looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, can I stay here for the night? I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind. I'm running away from the past I left behind. I'm looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, and I...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Elite FPL, live on YouTube and X. Joining us tonight, we have a guest, courtesy of Steve-O, who's reached out. None other than Alf. You may or may not know who he is, but Alf, massive welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Maybe you wouldn't mind just spending a few moments just to kind of introduce yourself and let us know.
Yeah.
You know, where you frequent?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who am I? My name is Alf. I'm based here in London. I'm a
like
big
everyone else.
Like everyone. Yeah. I'm a big FPL fan. I've been playing for many years. I just started content creation, doing street interviews. So I go about London, and I ask like old grandmas if they play FPL, and invariably they say, "What's FPL?" And then I get into a little chat with them. And that's sort of my thing. That's sort of my thing.
So in another reality, that would be classed as harassment.
Hold on.
I'm very like polite about
polite.
It.
You're polite. Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get real here. I watch your videos every single week. You're speaking nonsense. You go in the poshest areas of London. You go up to these business people.
Go up to the yuppies.
The yuppies drinking their pints. Their £7 pints.
You go, all right, lads. You know where FPL is? No, mate.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Yeah. Well,
that's really awkward. Isn't it like really awkward where they're like, nah.
Mate, it is so awkward. Like, honestly, the first time every time I do it, before I'm about to go up and speak to strangers, like I am absolutely bricking it. But as soon as I get into it, I get into like the zone and I'm good to go. But honestly, some of the interactions I have are very awkward. I have a system, right? So I say, do you play FPL? If they play FPL, I chat about FPL. If they don't, I say, do you watch football? And then we have a chat about who their teams are and blah, blah, blah. And then if they don't watch football, I ask them a random question like, do you think there are more doors or wheels on planet Earth? Or what is your favorite sandwich? Or do you think there'll ever be a boy born who can swim faster than a shark? And then we just get into random conversations. There we go. It's The Office. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. I really enjoy it. It's really hard. I do all the editing. I do all the filming. I do the editing. I'm doing all the stuff on YouTube, like the thumbnails and stuff. So it's a proper grind, but I'm having an absolute ball as well.
I have to ask very quickly, Al. Like, in a world where we are now seeing the rise of the content creator, certainly on the street, doing the TikToks, doing the the social experiments in inverted commas that are happening out in the street. Do you find that people are receptive to being on camera and to being asked questions? Have you been, have you been kind of accosted?
So I love that question. I've definitely been told to F off. I don't know if I can swear or not. I won't, just in case.
No, please don't. We would hate YouTube to punish us for swearing.
Yeah, so I do get told. Yeah, there we go. I do get told to F off quite a bit. I am in most cases. So I wear a tux, right? So I put a tux on. People like to talk to people in tuxes. I have a microphone, so it all looks very legit. I think lots of people think I work for like some sort of TV station, and I don't. So in most cases, people want to have a chat. I love the guys who are just ready to have a conversation about anything. I just let them go, you know. But yeah, I've definitely been told to F off a few times. Some guy was like, leave us alone. Someone was like, why are you talking to me instantly? And I'm like, okay, I'll just go. I'm leaving.
I guess you really have to use your body language, reading the body 100%. Language of people. Like,
yes. And I get someone recently was like, I don't want to be on camera. And I was like, well, you're not going to make the video anyway. It's fine, because they think I'm live or something, but I'm obviously going to edit it afterwards. But if someone says to me, I don't want to be on camera, I instantly just get out of their way and I just want to leak because I don't want to cause a scene or be impolite, right?
How much footage do you record for a 15 minutes?
Man,
video? How much?
Yes.
How much worth of
so it's like a 12. Yeah, this is mad. So I normally get about 3 hours of content, right?
No way.
Yeah, and then I had to stop doing it like 4K, and I went to 1080 because it was just too much for my computer.
Yeah, man.
So doing that was
gigabytes of data.
Yeah, and then also I have to go through all of the content on DaVinci Resolve afterwards to like edit it properly. So when I film, I start at 6, and I probably don't finish till like 2 a.m. to get the video out.
Yeah, because
heartbreaking, isn't it? Editing, isn't it?
It really is.
Cut out all a load of stuff.
Yeah, so my dream is to someday just outsource my editing. I don't know when it's going to happen, but also the learning curve and learning new stuff I'll get a lot out of that. So like learning DaVinci Resolve, and I've just got into like Opus Clips, which is really cool for like short form, and like Descript and all these little tools that help, which I'm loving.
Okay.
But eventually the plan is to like get rid of the editing. I don't want to do that. It's too much.
No, I don't think many people enjoy editing. It's especially if you're the one that's creating the content. It's much easier to edit someone else's work than, you know, the work that you've made yourself.
Yeah.
Because again, it's like cutting out a lot of the content that you've put time and effort into making.
And sometimes I'll do a video, right? And it will be like 100 views. And I've just spent like half a day doing it.
Yeah, that like
it's ridiculous. It's so
a labor
ridiculous.
of love, man.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, absolutely. It's a great insight into your world and what you do. And where can people find you, Alf?
Yeah, so I'm I was Alf PL. I've changed my handle to Alf_FPL. That's both on Twitter, X, and YouTube. So you can find me there. And yeah, like I go live on Saturday nights as well. So I do Saturday night shows. I do the street interviews, which are taking a little bit of less of a priority because of the weather, which is a thing as well. But yeah, if you fancy coming along for the ride, like I'm really enjoying the space. I've met some incredible people like you guys and the Juice crew, and it's just been an awesome journey. I'm not at 500 subscribers yet. I'm 30 away. So if anyone wants to do me a solid right now,
nice, go over
hit
to
me
Alf's
up,
channel,
make my day.
Subscribe to us at
some
least.
love.
Yeah,
So, subscribe to us first.
Yes, do that first.
But Alf, no, it's thank you for giving us an intro and a very
cheers for joining us. See you later, everybody.
Yeah, that's that. A novel approach to FPL content, which I've always said to people whenever I see people coming onto the scene doing FPL content. You normally get people that are trying to cookie cutter, copy paste, and they get demoralized because things aren't clicking for them. And I've always said, like privately to Steve-O and to others as well, other content creators I've spoken to in the past, it's like find your own feet and and kind of like, you know, just go with it and have fun with it. You know, it's you know, naturally if people see that, you know, something is enjoyable to the content creator, then the audience is going to naturally enjoy it. And certainly I want to say thank you for coming on to the show tonight, and the guys in the chat are all happy to see you. And
thank you.
Hi Alf, Michael Svedin. Hi Alf, Danish says double
Hello.
Pivot. We've got a lot of Alf fans, and that for
our
our American friends, that's Alf with an A. Okay. John Harris is in the chat. All right, John. We've got Adam. We've got Scotty D. We've got Matty. We've got Odin. We've got Zimmy. Guys, head on over to Alf_FPL, guys. Give him some love.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm Juice, James, the producer of FPL Juice, is throwing a party when I get to 1,000 subscribers, and like I'm going to invite everyone. I'm inviting everyone. So like 1,000 subs is the plan, and then we're throwing a party, which everyone's invited to.
Steve-O, definitely go.
It would just be like with it. It would just be a bunch of lads, like 40-year-old lads.
So I want to know how many FPL Juice t-shirts Steve-O's got in his wardrobe.
I think it's 4. I think it's 4.
Okay, so almost one for every day of the week. Just a few more to go. But no, okay, so have you watched our content before, Alf? Do you know what we're all about here?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I've seen quite a few shows. Yeah.
So you know that we're not structured.
Yeah.
We're pretty loose. We don't mind the old swear word every now and again. Especially Steve-O because he's from London.
I'm not from London. I'm living.
Okay. How long have you lived in London for now?
It'd be 7 years. 7 years. So I've picked up the London twang of the F word and the C word, every other word.
Yeah.
Where are you, Steve-O? Which location are you?
I'm not willing to disclose directly where I am, but northwest London.
Okay, so
he's in the suburbs.
Okay, yeah.
You're going that way.
Yeah, I'm near like Old Street, in between Old Street and Angel. There we go. Any stalkers out there? Come and get me.
Mr. Reed, if you're watching. In fact, I want to talk more to Alf about his content because I find it really, really interesting. And where exactly, in all seriousness, where do you actually
I go?
Around those pubs? Where is it?
Yeah, so it's Exmouth Market. And it's my favorite place in London. Like
Where
you just go, it's Clerkenwell, so it's on the way to like Holborn from Old Street. It's that little pocket of London that not many people know about, but it's central near Farringdon, if that helps. But yeah, it's an amazing place. It's like a little stretch that's closed off, and it's just restaurants and bars. So yeah, as you could imagine, it's pretty mental, like doing it on like a summer's evening. Lots of people to talk to. So yeah, Exmouth Market, check it out. It's great.
Because vlogging fascinates me, because I follow a guy called Billy Mayhem who does underground heavy metal shows.
Love that.
And he records. So when he did Download Festival, whatever, he did a metal festival. He did, bloody hell, it was something ridiculous, like 60 hours worth of footage. And he uploaded the equivalent of 3 hours worth.
Yeah.
And you saying that you record nearly 3 hours worth of footage and then upload 15 minutes. It's why, for me personally, if I ever record myself on my phone just chatting twaddle in a field or at the airport, I'm not editing anything. It's just me just chatting for 25 minutes. And then
playing noise,
upload.
everything. Yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of filler because I'm like walking around with my camera lady, and Delia did it, right? Who you guys know for me last time. But yeah, like there's a lot of filler. So I actually have to just comb through that content and then find the good stuff as well. And that's why it takes so long. So yes, one day, right, the dream is to actually go live from Exmouth Market.
Yeah.
So I want to start doing that.
Oh, yes.
And have
go
like
live, man.
So have you guys seen a show called Kill Tony? You strike me as Kill Tony fans.
Yeah. Nick introduced me to it, and I went, I can't listen to this.
It's so good. It's so good. So my plan...
Steve-O's very, very much he's got a funny taste. He doesn't like Mike Python.
Okay. Love that. All good. But basically, the plan is to eventually do like live shows from Exmouth Market. I've got a restaurant who's interested, and I would just sit there and find FPL managers who are walking by, have a chat with them, get some people along. You know, that's the dream down the line.
You should do that guy in America does and have a table with a big banner going, I play FPL, do you? ? And then
there we go.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's the plan. Yeah.
When do you film it? What day?
So here we go. I'm gonna get bloody. The stalkers out there. Come.
Oh my
get
god!
Me. I'm well protected.
Steve-O wants to make sure that he's walking around the market. just on the off chance, I'm just gonna head down the market for like, some potatoes and for some sausages. Oh, hello, Alf.
So the answer to that is whenever I can towards the end of a week. So if it's like a Wednesday evening and the sun's out, I'll go and do it, or Thursday or Friday. But the deadline is important because I've got to get it out before the deadline, so it's like properly time sensitive. But like I've got lots of good ideas about where this could go. I'm really excited about it, and also I've just got to say, I listened to this podcast about some other content creator who was saying the journey to 500 subscribers is incredible, and I can definitely vouch for that because the amount of people that I've met, the incredible community that just like embraced me is just unreal. So what I would say is if you ever want to get into content creation, like it's never too late. I'm also here to help, and the community is incredible. So just pick up your camera and start doing some interesting stuff and you'll get some great traction.
I echo that. One thing that certainly when we started back in, I don't know, was it 2018, Steve-O? Or whatever?
Yes. Yeah, basically.
We noticed straight off the bat when we started doing content create, we never actually intended on growing much of an audience initially because it was based around a mini league on FPL mini league in Torbay. And the reason we moved on to YouTube was because Steve-O and Dan were uploading onto Facebook and it was taking like over a day like to upload. So he was like, surely there's got to be an easier way of doing this. So I just said, I went on as a guest and a few times, and then I was like, oh, you guys, you just need to just stream it onto YouTube so you don't have to worry about uploading it. And they're like, amazing. Oh my god. So and then we did that, and then we got some like regulars that just kept coming back. And like, do you know what the really crazy thing is? Like, we still have the same names.
Yeah.
We still read them out.
Yeah.
And these guys have been with us for years, and they keep coming back, and they enjoy. And it's just like that's really humbling, like really humbling,
It is,
because like it takes a lot. I mean, in this day and age, people's attention is like gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, and there's so much out there to consume. And the fact that people come back is again, going back to what you were saying, you know, the community is brilliant. It's incredible. And it's like, we may not be the biggest community out there, but some real strong characters and lovers of the game as well. Like real serious. Yeah, they take the game very seriously. Like I'll see the names in our chat, and then I'll go into another stream, and I'm like, oh my god, they're in that chat. And then
Who's the guy you see? Who's the guy you always see? Because I've got an answer for you on this.
Oh,
is there someone you always see, like in every?
There's
stream?
There's a few.
Well, there's John Harris. There's animations. There's
animations.
Michael
Sultan Saeed, a man.
Yeah.
Colm is just
Colm Booger.
Colm is everywhere. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, you know, it's a posse, isn't it? It's the posse.
Yeah.
So
it's credit to you guys, and it's credit to the community, big time. Like what people like is authentic conversations about FPL, and you guys are absolutely nailing that. So, like,
well, I mean, to just quickly add on to what you're saying about community, we started a Discord just because around our channel, but it's grown much bigger than that, and it's now just a Discord about FPL. That's kind of like every now and again they might get a notification that we're live, but they're focusing on chatting to each other in there and being on their own hangouts and being on the voice and stuff like that and talking about their teams, which we just like let that just do its thing. Because it's completely outgrown us. But we still use it for the phone-ins and stuff. But
I'll join that. I'll definitely join that.
Yeah, join the Discord, guys. Elite FPL. It's easy to search. Discord.gg/Elite FPL. Right. That's the intro sorted.
FPL chat.
Yeah.
Let's get straight down to brass tacks. First of all, I've got my team on the screen, Steve.
Yeah. Hold a minute before we continue. So I quickly, for 2 seconds, when I clicked on the stuff on Chrome and had the stream playing, it had your team on. Now I'm assuming it's not your new team.
What?
It's not your new team, is it? What you told me.
Why is that? No, this is my new team.
You got your new team up already?
Yeah.
So you didn't want to reveal it to our audience as a surprise?
Oh, there's no surprise, mate. I'm like 6 millionth in the world. So what? Who cares about what my team is, mate?
Ow!
I mean, I'm competing against the dead teams right now.
Right. Okay. So all I know is Jason told me that a -8, and he had to get rid of that rubbish in Rashford, and I knew instantly he was going to get rid of Rashford.
You're a bit. I might have used a harsher word than rubbish.
Yeah. I then thought to myself, it's got to be Mazrari that's gone as well. So he's another one. And then who's the other player which I thought, right, Jason's got rid of, as I quickly bring up your team here in front of me.
Are you United?
Where are you, Chase?
I'm at the bottom of the league, mate.
Yeah, that's right. You are ahead of time.
I'm easy to find. Just
ready
scroll to the bottom.
Scroll to the bottom.
Yeah, so you got rid of, in my opinion, Rashford, Mazrari, and potentially Salah, and you brought in Palmer, and Burmo, and another Arsenal defender. Is that what you've done?
No.
No.
That is correct. No. So I did a transfer on Sunday afternoon after
hold on a minute. Just stop. I love hearing.
I raged
hold on.
So hard.
Yeah, hold on.
From watching that Man United game.
Stop, please. I want to hear the thought. Right. So you came out of Saturday, and you basically went.
Do you know what the irony was? I started the game week feeling pretty confident. Again, I actually really like the look of my team, and like. Man, the emotional roller coaster of watching the games and seeing Haaland blank, and then sorry, I'm just trying to sign into something. And then watching the United game with two assets that, let's be honest, probably, I think they got 3 points between. No,
I don't even think that.
no 2 points between them.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it's just embarrassed. Like, it's just embarrassing at this point, you know. So
FPL is a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game.
I literally rage transferred Marcus Rashford out.
Yeah, it's the right
and
move.
Mazraoui out.
Well, hold a minute. Don't continue. So you immediately did Rashford and Mazraoui out. Now you got 0 money in the bank, so you've hardly got anything to play with at this point.
Have I not?
Oh no, you had 0.5, didn't you?
I did. Yes, you're right.
So I'm assuming you brought Burmo in.
Nope.
I love this.
Okay. Okay, who did you bring in for a -4 then?
Semenyo.
Nice.
Fucking hell, man. Right. Yeah. Great. Why?
Semenyo's having a banger season, Steve. What are you talking about?
He plays for Bournemouth. He's doing okay, Alf. Let's just relax. Okay, you brought in Semenyo.
That's correct.
Wow.
At his price point, Steve-O, he is an absolute steal.
Right, we forget happy Steve.
Yeah. So
serious.
Semenyo's better than Rashford.
No. Cut the shit, right? Just taking out Rashford for Semenyo, I think is ridiculous.
No, because that's
especially when you've got 0.5 in the bank.
No, it enabled me to do something else.
No, not on this -4.
Oh no, then that was
because that's the thing. You did
Rashford to me was like just dead weight.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I thought he would do quite well against Tottenham, but Tottenham destroyed you. It doesn't really matter. So you did a -4. So you got rid of Rashford for Semenyo and Mazraoui.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Kanate.
Right. Okay. Even though Liverpool's fixtures are changing. Right. Okay. Fine. So what's the -8 then? I generally have no idea. What? So when did you do this -8?
Henderson for Raya.
Ooh.
Oh.
Steve-O hates all of your transfers. I can see.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I don't hate the Raya one. That's excellent. That.
Semenyo, Kanate, and Raya 4, and it wasn't Mazraoui that I got rid of. Psych.
Plot twist.
It was a 4 million shitter.
Right. So Kanate in for Mazraoui.
No, it wasn't a 4 million shitter. It was Dunk.
It was who?
Lewis Dunk.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm now completely lost. Start this conversation. I'm now lost.
So Henderson went to Raya.
Yeah.
Dunk went to Kanate, and Rashford went to Semenyo.
But you still got Mazraoui.
Yeah, I like him. I still keep hold of him.
I don't. Semenyo to Rashford, or whatever. Rashford to Semenyo.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter now, does it, mate? It's all been done. It was done literally Sunday afternoon. I tell you what time it was. It was Sunday afternoon. It was a lovely rainy Sunday afternoon at 20 to 3 in the afternoon.
So
20
I love
to
that.
3.
I love that move.
Just
doing
why?
things.
Oh, thanks, Alf.
Just doing things on the fly, just instinct.
Fucking too, right?
This game is instinct, If you want to rage, transfer some people
yeah.
out,
I'm
let's
really
go.
I'm vibing, mate, with the instinct of the game right now.
Yeah.
Down at 4.2 million and overall rank on 355 points. Yeah.
Normally, your transfers are. I look at them and go, he's onto something here, Jace. Jace is.
Yeah, no, but I'm bucking the trend now.
But you've brought him in.
So I'm actually relieved that you're not giving me your blessing, because every time you have recently, it's been the fucking touch of death.
But you've brought in Semenyo when it's Arsenal, Aston Villa, Man City next.
Right.
Well, you haven't got another striker.
So
you're going to be continuing playing a 3-5-2 with Welbeck, Haaland up top.
Yes.
With Semenyo, Rodgers,
and
the other 3.
You're catching on. Man, he's good. This
What
one.
what are the chat saying, Jace? To this?
The chat are saying,
Well
saying
done.
Jace
VAR offside,
2024.
no goal.
Is that it? That's all the chat said.
They're saying Villa 1-0, VAR offside. No, they're saying I'm wildcarding this week, says Russ.
No, I don't care about. I don't care what other people are doing. I want to
You
know what
said you were
people are
going to have
saying
fun
about
this season,
your...
and that's what's happening, says Colm, and I did.
If you did a poll
Oh, who cares about a poll, mate?
before all this and said, I'm going to be doing a... I'm really hoping he's another one, Firetalk that's been with us for a while, and Dread. I really hope them two are here right now and they're slaughtering you. Seriously.
Why?
So at least I've got some backing then. In fact...
hang on, who qualifies Firetalk as being the arbiter of FPL? Fucking hell.
I'm telling you now, right? Those moves for a -8, Jace.
Oh my God. Mate, it's not your team. Don't worry about it.
Well, no, I know, but it's a conversation.
Oh
and
no, it doesn't
I
matter,
think
mate.
that bringing in Raya, brilliant. In fact,
I think you're rattled by this.
I'm rattled.
You're worried. You're worried that I'm gonna
up the rank. Yeah.
It's because I assumed that you did Rashford from Burma.
Assumption.
Yeah.
Makes an ass out of you and me.
Yeah, and I thought maybe just get rid of the Man United assets, sack them off, get them gone, and then at least at that point, right, I've brought in Burma, who's got this excellent run of fixtures. I've then brought in potentially even Kanate for Mazrari, because you made some money on him, if that's even possible. Now at that point, I'm thinking, for a -4, that ain't bad. That isn't bad. But then a -8 to just pretty much bring in...
You watch Ray get a penalty save now, mate. You wait.
Well, I didn't say Ray is a bad choice. In fact, I would say that's a 10 out of 10 choice. But Semenyo, yeah, he's got Leicester away. What are you expecting from that? A 3-3 draw? It ain't happening. And then
Bournemouth are decent though.
They're okay.
I think they're going to do bits this season. I do think that it's a decent pick. I think 3 years ago it's like, oh, it's Bournemouth, but like now they're actually a legit outfit. I think that manager is pretty good.
Yeah, there's no. I'm not taking away anything from
the fixtures aren't great after Leicester. Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Yeah, they're shocking.
Arsenal
I'm playing it a little bit different this season. I'm just happy to take risks and see what happens. I'm not gonna walk around on eggshells and worry about.
Michael's threading, I think, sums it up perfectly.
What's that?
Nice transfers, but for -8. I mean, double pivot.
Rare penalty save, mate.
Is it?
Yeah. Again, we're not here talking about Ray. I don't care about Ray. We're talking about Semenyo, and it was the other one, Kanai.
Who cares, mate? Obviously, you. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Let's move. Anyway, I'm not even the one that's got a wild card. So we're spending valuable airtime here talking about my subpar transfers.
I just want to dive into psychology because it just really interests me that,
mate, psychology is 3 hours sleep.
Goalkeeper.
3 hours sleep. Yeah. With a 7-month-old that's teething, and then working on a building site for 12 hours at the bottom of a trench, putting in a pipe. Yeah, that's basically my thought process for the FPL.
I love it.
And our guest is somebody that gets to hang around Exmouth Market while downing pints for £7 a pop.
Yeah, it's more like £8 now, isn't it? It's more like £8. Let's be honest.
Oh God, let's slag off Alf's wildcard team then, shall we? Even
roast me.
Have you posted it?
Yeah, I've put it in the Discord. You'll see it
instantly.
Hang on then. It is legitimately
roast.
very, very nice. But while you're doing that, Jace, I'll quickly go through some of the comments that people are saying here quickly. Bloody hell. Marlon's here. Good heavens. Good evening, Marlon. You need to do everything you can to get Palmer in, Russ is saying to you, Jace.
Shagir makes a great comment in the chat. I remember when Jason wildcarded Welbeck, Pedro, and Rashford in, and asked chat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? Everyone in the chat hated it, and you know what? You were right, but it's one of those fuck around, you find out, right?
Yeah, damn straight. Could I ask a question about your like rank and stuff? Does
don't.
legit question? Do you care, or like?
I used to.
Okay, but now you just kind of play for fun, like.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at my overall ranking, it's overseas last few seasons.
I've been beating him. You think Ash and Nick are bad, Alf? You think Nick gets vexed by Ash, or vice versa? Trust me. Me and Jason, it's like, I don't know, John Locke.
2018, I was 1,300 in the world. 2019, I was 126,000. 2020, I was 61,000. 2021, I was 385,000. 2022, I was 348,000. And then last season, I just fucking give up. And I was like 1.8 million. And this season, I really don't give a shit either. So
He's having fun with it. He's having fun with it.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to see if I can finish above 2 million.
Love that.
Right. But yeah, no, I don't know. The answer is I used to care about my rank, but to be honest, I just want to have fun with FPL now. I don't. I used to stress out so much, mate. I used to be proper glued to the news, press conferences. I was looking at data like heat maps. I was going on social media. I was going on Fantasy Football Scout. I was going on all the bloody streamers, listening to what they had to say.
FPL Andy. You're going from
Andy,
to Harry to
and it was just like I needed to know what people were doing, what people thought, and it was like, you know what, I just don't give a shit. I'm just going to do at 20 to 3 on a Sunday afternoon before knowing if anyone's going to get injured in training or in midweek games. I'm just going to make the transfers, and I ain't got to worry about it for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm playing FPL this year.
I love that.
And I'm not changing it.
Sounds dreamy. Yeah, it sounds dreamy.
Mate, it is. It's so liberating.
Yeah.
It's so liberating. It's like literally, it's like being on a nudist beach.
Yeah. Like
you just
free.
don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You don't give a shit. You're free, mate. You're free.
You're flying around the beach. You're flying around the beach like a dove.
Yeah. yeah. But anyway, that's enough of my crappy team. Let's get someone doing much better than me. Talk about his team instead. Let's just bring it up one moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'll do a quick bit of admin. Make sure you're hitting the like button. If you've enjoyed Jason's -8, make sure you're hitting the like button. If you are brand new around here, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. If you are on X listening in right now while watching the Champions League, why not jump on over, say hello, and then maybe hit the subscribe button as well while Jason brings up Al's beautiful, in my opinion. There are a few question marks.
Oh, there we go. That's a different change in tone, isn't it?
There are a few question marks, but overall, it's a lovely template style wild card. Which
Alf, it's a beautiful team, mate. Oh, brilliant.
You're so good. You're so good at FPL.
Oh, Alf, how'd you do it? How'd you pull out these moves?
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Whisper it to me sensually, Jace.
Okay.
I hope Lewis Benali. Is it Lewis Benali that tunes in regularly to you?
Lewis. Yeah. Lewis is actually doing. So he won the Content Creators Fund, and he's going to do FPL karaoke from his Lyft taxi. He does Lyft, so he's going to find FPL managers who get in the passenger seat and then have a chat with them about FPL.
I'll do that.
But he's in California, so like it's going to be. It's so neat. It's so neat. Imagine getting into a lift and being like, "Are you an FPL?"
I'll do that if he flies me over.
Yeah. But Lewis, Lewis B, what a guy, love him.
Legend.
Reminds me of
There
what
was
that James Corden does.
Yeah, that's he's going to try and do that.
Basically, yeah.
Pretty much, but talk about FPL.
When I was driving back from Devon to London 2 weeks ago now, Saturday, and I mentioned you on my podcast actually.
Yeah.
And I said about the fact that you can tell a good podcast or stream whatever when you just don't want them to end. Anyhow, during it though, I think I counted about 15 times you said stinky. That is.
I didn't. Oh, I did actually. Yeah, I was saying stinky, wasn't I? Yeah, I remember that. You know what? And also, like, I find myself saying things that I never say in my life. Like, I can't start saying like that is outrageous, and I'm like, when do I ever say that? Like, when do I ever say that? Why am I on this stream saying outrageous and stinky? Like,
it's because it's a comfort word.
Yeah.
So I used to do it a lot with, I don't know, I'm sure people will be able to remember themselves in the chat, but there's a lot of words that I've used in streams that I would say over and over. In fact, Nick takes the mick out of me for the use of the word individuals on my podcast. Yeah. And it's all it is just a comfort thing, because you can't think of, because you feel, especially when you're live streaming solo, which is very difficult. You're trying to think of words that you can try and articulate properly, but you can't. So you just go to the comfort word, and in this case, it's stinky, outrageous, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I must say, your bit about the sad FPL and playing with the music. It's gold dust.
Yeah, man, I love that. That's what I love about FPL, just like the memes and stuff, and people like just genuinely ruining their day. I love that. You know what I mean? Imagine just like hanging out with your wife and Bruno Fernandes gets a -2.
I wouldn't know what that's like hanging out with a woman, let alone a wife.
Yeah. But it's just like
my wife.
The psychology of FPL. It's just like it's an incredible game.
A few years ago, my wife would tell you how badly FPL used to make my weekend.
Oh yeah.
Like if I had a bad Saturday, I had a bad Sunday. Like literally, I would be out walking, listening, and I'll be either listening to the radio or listening to Steve-O, and whenever Steve-O would be like, "Hold on," and then it'll be like, I'll be like, fucking my heart would be stopping, because it'll be about I don't know, a game that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it'll be like West Ham, they've conceded, and I've got Fabianski in or something, and I'm like, fuck, and I'm literally, I'm like out, like I'm cursing, and my wife's like, what's the matter with you? What's the matter? What's the matter with you? And I'm like, just don't talk. It's fine. I just don't want to talk about it. And then I'll be in a rotten mood, walking behind the family, like just praying that something goes right for me. And that's that again. It's the seriousness that you put into the game. Well, that some people put into the game.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm trying to be much healthier this year and last year, and my Gameweek rank and my overall rank reflects it. So there we go.
Yeah, I love that. And it's just, for me, it's just all about the memes and like just that kind of that subculture of just being like, this is an absolute day ruiner. You know, just like,
it is.
You know, do you remember when Dennis, everyone triple captain Dennis like 3 years ago or 4 years ago? Do you remember that? Like just the folklore of it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. Like inject it into my veins.
It was an echo chamber, wasn't it? Because it was like, again, this is what happens when an idea gets spouted by a famous content creator or let's say famous, say popular content creator, whatever, and you just hear people echoing it. Oh, I'm bringing him in. I'm triple captaining. It's like they were never gonna do it. They were never gonna use it. But they're like, oh, you know, this person's doing it. I really respect him. He's got 80,000 followers. I need to do it. And it's like, and then I always used to rip the piss out of people that do stuff like that, and then they would fucking they would go mental. And I'm like, hang on. Did you do that, or did you just copy someone else?
It's herd mentality. Yeah, just herd mentality.
Well, guess what, dumbass? If you can't make your own decisions, then you know you got no right to get upset about it. You know,
the wildcard game week 6s. You know, did you guys didn't wildcard 6?
Game week 4, mate.
4.
But there we go. I love that. So I didn't wildcard 6, and I almost like try to do the different thing that the herd are doing, when everyone's like, "Well, wildcard 6," I'm like, "Well, I'm not doing that." Like, just go another way. Do something different. Enjoy yourself.
Tom on Juice said to me that could be my problem. And who the hell was it? There was also another guest on Juice that said that they almost deliberately do the opposite of what the popular thing is to do because they don't want to be part of the crowd.
Yeah, that's
and
me.
I found I got caught in that trap maybe 2 seasons ago,
But, yeah,
where I was almost stubborn not to be bringing in particular players.
Raise your hand if you've ever been playing FPL and you've admitted that you've been too stubborn to bring a player in, and even though you know it's going to punish you, you've been too stubborn to bring him in.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I say
100%.
Haaland.
I think everyone has, right?
Yeah.
I certainly think for me, I don't know the exact maths, but certainly not having Haaland over the last 3 weeks has probably benefited me by about 10 points, if that. Maybe I'd be down by 10 points again. I'm sure if Ray's listening in, he'd be able to do the maths on the wild card that he had with Haaland, Salah / just Haaland, and so on and so forth. But I've come away from my game week 4 wild card and the 3 game week plan actually thinking I've come out of it really well. I've gone up to 250k. I've got Haaland back. The plan was always to bring him back for game week 7. I'm gutted he's gone up to 15.3, but there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
And moving forward, I've pretty much got the players that people want. The next target I've got in mind is the player that I've got. Have you got Alf's team up on screen, Jace?
I have, mate. Yeah. Well, it's funny that it's been up on screen for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, he's got Solanke, who I will be looking at soon.
Yeah, I do.
And certainly Tottenham.
Wait, what?
In general.
No, he doesn't have Solanke.
He does?
Unless I've got the wrong team up. Hang on. Alf's wildcard. Nope.
Yeah. Raya, Gabriel. It's the one above. That's my team.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, we can go. Right, we'll quickly go through my team.
Yeah.
No. Let's just talk about this wildcard. It's more interesting.
Okay. Well, Alf's got Solanke, and I'm assuming it has to be a lot.
What app is he using there? God,
but
it's awful.
I am certainly going to be focusing on Tottenham soon, once Arsenal's fixtures slowly change and Tottenham start building up. But Al's team, as you can see here, Raya, Gabriel, Vardio, Van der Ven, whatever his name is, Palmer, Saka, and Burma, Rogers, Haaland, Solanke, Delap, and then whatever goalkeeper, and then Alf's favourite player, 8 Nuri. We'll get on to that in a minute.
Yeah, my guy.
2 players I've never even heard of.
It's basically pray that all your first 11 start.
Well, no, because I got 8 Nori who start. Like, I've got him as my back. That's intentional. So, like, 8 Nori is my guy in case people don't start, and he's decent. He's basically a left winger for Wolves. So, what I do have an issue with is if Raya ever gets injured, but I can just transfer him out to like another goalkeeper because he's the most expensive. Yeah. But like, what I love about this team is that I've managed to somehow, and this is maybe an hour and a half of tinkering, get in Palmer, Saka, and Haaland, and I can still somehow have Gvardiol, Gabriel, and Raya. Like, I don't know how I've done it. Call me a physics, specialist.
I'll tell you how you've done it. You've done it by having 2 4 million defenders in your team, and I mean Van der Ven's
Vanderberg for
Van der Berg. Sorry.
I mean, is he even a guaranteed starter?
I was about to say, is he actually nailed for minutes? Well, he should be, and again, like 8 Nori can just come in if there's any issues around that. But people keep saying that, like, is he going to start? And he keeps starting. So I feel good. And
I like the Delap pick.
Yeah, Delap
like
as well.
Delap.
Yeah,
I do.
5.5 mil.
I watched the game and I was like, you know what, this guy, he's at the centre of all the chances.
Yeah, he looks good, and Ipswich look decent, don't they? So
they do. To be fair, And yeah, he does look tasty on the ball. Like, I think he's always got something about him, Delap. And I think for 5.5, it's a real shrewd move.
It's a good team.
Like you said, you've got some power. You've got powerful players in that team. your bench suffers, yes, but you've got one real like bench player in that team.
Well, Ockley and Winks do start, right? But they're nothing. They're not going to get points.
You're looking at 1s and 2s.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I do need everyone to stay fit. I was actually hoping Rodgers would get a rest tonight, but he started. But yeah, all in all, like I'm very happy with this, and this will take me through. I could probably just leave this for the season. To be fair,
it's a very very heavy hitting like team with obviously, the one thing I'll say is there's no Liverpool.
Yep. So I took Trent out for
you
Guardiola.
can't have everyone. You can't have everyone. You've got some incredible players there. You've got double Arsenal defense for a start, and I think Arsenal defensively are going to be proven this season to be like a rock.
Yeah.
Man City generally don't put too much of a foot wrong, and the Man City defender you've got in is good at both ends of the pitch.
Yep.
So really, the weakness, Van der Berg, obviously swap out as and when. Other than that, at the moment on form, I don't see much of a weakness in your 11 at all.
Yeah, and I could go eventually. I could do maybe like Saka to like Luis Diaz, maybe, or Jota, just to cover me for Liverpool, or Palmer, even depending on form.
I know that a lot of people when I'm on the following section on X, a player that me and Nima brought up last week to potentially bring in when Arsenal's fixtures turn a bit, which is in game week 9 when it's Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea. Even though Saka is fixture proof, if Phil Foden starts nailing down a spot, and we will see this from this week against Fulham, and then maybe against Wolves. At that point, it's, hold on a minute here, we've got a £9.2 million player that can score goals for fun, assist goals for fun, is one of the best players in the Premier League, along with Palmer, one of the young players in the whole of the country, and with the likes of Palmer, Saka, etc. And his fixture run would then be, if we've gotten proof that he will be starting every week like he was last season, Southampton, Bournemouth, Brighton, Tottenham, Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's definitely a wait and see, isn't it?
Yeah, he's on the watch list, isn't he?
But it's a plan, Jace. It's a thought process. Because
no. I think that with Foden, it's just about him getting the minutes to get back in form, and then as soon you know as well as I do, that price is going to shoot back up.
Yeah.
So you're gonna again. I think watch list with a view to get in if he starts to pick up, and I think that would be a great price point if you're looking to free some money up, especially in your case, Alf. If you wanted to downgrade a Saka or wanted to downgrade a Palmer, you've got a lower price point where you can free some funds up if you wanted to bolster that defense or upgrade an attack. I mean, you could even go like Solanke to Watkins or something like that in the event of Watkins going on an absolute doing like he did last season, this season.
The thing with Watkins is that he is a top quality, consistent striker. He's got Man United at home next. You could argue a good fixture.
I worry they're not owning him.
Well, I think as we've said before, Man United are better away from home than they are at home. Fulham away, not an easy fixture at all. Bournemouth at home, decent. Tottenham away, very good. Liverpool away, forget it. Crystal Palace.
Really? Liverpool away, you don't rate Watkins' chance in that?
Liverpool at home. Liverpool at Anfield are a different beast, and Aston Villa don't like playing Liverpool.
I'm not saying they'll lose. I do think they'll concede though. I think Liverpool.
Well, where is Tottenham? The thing with Solanke,
I don't rate. I just don't know, man. It's the thing with Solanke with Tottenham. I think it's because he's wearing a Tottenham shirt. I think that's what it is.
He's guaranteed to be scoring, but I just don't see him as a double-digit scorer.
What's he got so far this season, Solanke? Guaranteed to be scoring. Strong word, Stephen.
Well, he's been injured for about 6 months, hasn't he? 6 weeks, whatever it was. It didn't drop in price. surprised. Did you bring him in at 7.5, Alf?
Well, you missed two
I think
game
so,
weeks.
yeah.
You missed game week 2 and 3.
Right.
He's played 4 of the 6 games, 90 minutes basically.
Mm-hmm.
4 games at 90 minutes. He's got 4 goals. So a goal a game, yeah.
Right. And bearing in mind
7.6.
he's trying to fit into a new system as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I can't believe I didn't know that. I didn't realise he was on 4 goals. I thought he was on less than that.
He's in a very... Look, he's got Madison, Kulusevski...
Right,
Johnson,
time to do minus 12.
Do it.
See you, Welbeck.
Do it, Chase.
No.
Do it.
It's just well, I'd have to do a Welbeck out and then a Diaz
How much
out.
money have you got in the bank, Jace?
No comment.
0 then. Because that's the thing with Alf's team here. It's what you would call a knee-jerk style wild card where, forget Arsenal, we get that, but Vardio, he scored at the weekend. Van der Berg, whatever his bloody name is, he started the last 2 or 3.
Palmer.
Great.
Yeah,
new
Palmer,
forward.
Solanke, Delap. Yeah, for sure. Very knee-jerk.
But you look at the actual fixture run, Ipswich. I mean, I'm looking at it here.
West Ham,
This
Everton,
is
Brentford.
Ipswich's returns this season in all competitions. 3 goals against Wimbledon. They scored 1 goal against Maidstone. They then got 2 goals. They got nothing against Liverpool. They scored 1 against Man City. They then got 2 goals against Wimbledon in the EFL in the cup. Then it's 1 goal, nothing, 1 goal, and then 2 goals against Aston Villa. And their upcoming fixtures in all competitions, even though it's all the Premier League, to be honest, is West Ham this
Oh my
weekend,
God.
and then Everton, Brentford,
Oh,
Leicester, Tottenham. They're decent fixtures.
man.
What's going on, Chase?
I
Yeah,
just
what's going on?
realised something. I've got exact funds to do Mohamed Salah for Palmer and Welbeck to Solanke.
For a minus 16.
Do it. Do it.
Well, you joke, Alf, but that's the kind of transfers which I go and use the C word, because you're getting rid of Welbeck, who, he's scoring here, there, and everywhere, but Brighton's upcoming fixtures are as follows. Yeah, Tottenham, Newcastle, Wolves, Liverpool, Man City. And then Palmer is Palmer. I wouldn't be doing it for a minus 16, but if you've got the balls to do it, then hit that button now.
Do it, Jace.
Is what I say, and then it's done.
If we can get the chat
Oh, here
to
we go.
agree to it, right? Let's farm. Let's do some engagement farming.
Let's do this.
It is a thing that we do here at Alpha
I love
Elite
it.
FPL. We farm the chat for engagement.
I love it.
Start a poll. Should Jason do a minus 16? Do a minus.
Oh, hold on a minute. Fire Tog's here. The Jason.
Well, let's just do a
was
minus
actually
8
slagging off.
and an extra. Do an extra minus 8 in order to move Salah to
Can you write a book on
Palmer,
this poll?
and then Welbeck to Solanke.
Melissa's saying, do it, do it, do it.
Wait a minute. A woman.
Wait, who's that? What? Oh wait, and that can't be a woman. It can't. We don't have women watch our
You
channel.
got Tiggy's in as well. Tiggy's woman.
Good Lord.
Wait, what? Let's open the bottle of champagne.
Well, I really
Steve-o.
hope I've got that right. By the way, I hope Tiggy. I hope I got that right. Yeah.
Well, if you haven't, Alf, you've lost a subscriber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it on air.
Should Jace do? I'm going to say yes. I've just made my.
Let's.
I
Oh
wanna
yeah.
hear-
Well,
I want to hear Fire Tog's opinion. I really do. You'll be gone by Christmas.
You'll be gone
at
by
this rate.
Christmas,
Fire
yeah.
Tog is saying,
you'll be gone by Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you care about your overall rank? Let me answer it, mate.
Yeah, confirm.
let's just remove an extra 8 points.
I love it. I love it.
Hold a minute. If you were to do this minus 16, hopefully chat say yes. That would mean then, Jace, not only have you got several players that are the same as mine, at this point you are then 16, so 12 points behind me now, which would then put you at 50. As Defray, were you a face checker man, Alf, at all?
Yeah, of course. Love that show.
Do you remember Defray? The one in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
I'll be about 60 points ahead of you, Jace. So
That's doable. It's catchable.
It's catchable,
it.
yes.
Jace, I've got a question for you. Sorry, did you say earlier you played your wildcard 4, game week 4? Is that right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Mate, I wouldn't do this if I had a wildcard.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm just going to read this comment again from the legend that is Firetog. Jace, stop this nonsense. You'll be gone by Xmas at this rate.
I'll have a look forward to the Super Cup.
If you fall so far behind Steve-O, he'll consider me as his rival. Hold a minute, I'm ahead of you, Firetog. And yet, Yelena, good evening, Yelena. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh my God, we do have females watching.
Yeah, another woman.
Wow,
it's a new era,
bringing up our averages.
Guys, it's a new era for you.
So that's blonde, Yelena, Melissa.
It's a diverse channel.
Tiggy, you got Tiggy, Melissa,
Tiggy, blonde, Yelena.
The real question is,
Melissa,
why wouldn't you take a minus 16?
Melissa's a real person. It's not a bot.
Who, Yelena?
No, Melissa.
Oh, I see. Yes, no. Hopefully not. No.
Hang on, is that?
They're just on X apparently. And if
you got three women. It looks
like button.
I can't believe it. Literally, I'm speechless. So what's the chat?
Speechless doing a minus 16 or women are actually watching it.
Melissa's saying, guys, Melissa's replied. She's saying, "I'm real." So there we go.
Jason, could you leave it for 2 weeks? I could do, but it's not as fun.
So. This minus...
Triple Captain Ray, while you're at it. You just sabotage my team.
It's not a bad shout.
It's anti-FPL. It's anti-FPL. Like FPL masochist. I don't know. I to rename myself to.
I love those guys who do the anti-FPL stuff. It's so good.
No. Jane to show up.
The thing is, Jason genuinely, when he put his mind to it, was very good at FPL. That's not me even messing about.
It sounds like an obituary.
Genuinely serious. But like he said, over the last few years, it's just
the former FPL manager known as Jason, who is now a meme. Guess what? I'm about to hit this. If we can get to 70% of people saying yes, we're on 62%. 26 votes.
Leave
guys,
the poll running. We'll continue slagging off Alf's wildcard.
Yeah. Back to Alf's team. Yeah,
back to Alf's team, because I always like asking this question, and it's the same thing over and over. Of this 15 here, but mainly the 11, who's an absolute lock in this team, Alf?
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd say, from my point of view, I think Solanke.
Yep.
I'm going a little bit west. I think Palmer and Solanke, those two for me. I just think Solanke's fixtures coming up are crazy, and if he pops off, he's going to be a legit asset over the next few weeks. So I'm really happy to have a Spurs attacker in my team. They look really good. So it was either Brennan Johnson or Solanke for me. But then also, like, after Palmer's weekend, like, he has to be a lock at this point, right? Like, I'm so happy I can get him in. You know, this is why I wanted to delay my wild card. 1 more weeks of information. Get Palmer in when I need him.
I always say this on streams, is that I always find there's a pattern in FPL where when everybody, whether it's FPLX, whether it's YouTube, whether it's podcasts, whatever, when they all think, in fact, Yelena, while she's here, she had a bit of a disastrous wild card that she did. But I guarantee this week, the players that she expected and everybody expected to do well last week, take double Arsenal defence.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll get it this week. But I always think to myself, and I said this to Ray, is that I can guarantee you that we all think that Leicester are going to be this easy walkover, which they pretty much were, but they still scored 2 goals against Arsenal. I can guarantee they'll get a clean sheet against PSG, and I bet you Saka will score. What happens? They win 2-0 that we all expected them to do against Leicester, and then they do the same thing to PSG and whatnot. This week, in the Premier League, everybody's going to be captaining Haaland, or majority of people are going to be captaining Haaland. He'll score. I guarantee he'll score in a 2-0 win against Fulham. I bet you Saka is the one that comes through. Palmer will do nothing this weekend, but Saka will probably come through with that double-digit haul we all expect against Leicester. It's just really...
I think because Forest look decent, don't they? Like from a defensive standpoint, it's not an easy fixture. But yeah, no, I agree. I think you could literally go Saka or Haaland this weekend. If you want to be a little bit different, go Saka. I think that's a perfectly good pick. If you want to be safe, Haaland's your guy, but Saka could be the one. I agree.
Yeah, I'm kind of approaching this season as just trying to play it safe and not being too clever with the transfer. Sorry, with the captaincy. It's like Ray said, look, you could captain Saka against Southampton, and yes, there's a very good chance that he's probably going to return, but the safety is in Haaland. A lot of people are going to be captaining Haaland. He's probably going to come through with a minimum of 1 attacking return against Fulham. And at least you've still got Saka as that coverage. It's the Maverick managers that will go with, no, I'm not going to go with Haaland this week. I'm going to go with Saka because he's playing Southampton. Now, ironically, I'm predicting Arsenal to generally win 5-0. Yeah. Whereas with Man City, I'm thinking only 2-0. Oh, yeah, Haaland could get both goals. But Saka, in a potential 5-0 win against Southampton, he could, like you say, get that minimum of a double-digit return. And I'm wanting to do it, but I won't because I'm just sticking to safety this season. I'm just glad I own Saka. I'm glad I own Palmer. And in your case, with the likes of Gabriel, Raya double up, which is beautiful. I think that's the perfect combination. Raya, Gabriel, and Saka is excellent. Palmer, he's a season keeper, as you stated. And Burmo, for now, doesn't need to move. You've got Haaland, Solanke, incredible. And then you've probably got potentially he's 5.6 now, but Delap at 5.5, possibly the best striker in that price range, because
in that price range, he's the best.
At 5.5, yeah, or 5.6.
Well, how much? I think for 5.5, because that you got to remember, for a lot of people, 5.7 for the likes of the Welbeck. Or how much is Calvert-Lewin? 5.7.
I think so. Yeah.
No, he's 5.9.
Oh yeah, well there you go. 5.7, 5.9. That's effectively 6 million, right?
Yeah.
For a lot of people, yeah. So 5.5, he is standout the best.
Is he on pens? Do we know who's on pens at Ipswich?
I think Delap's on pens.
I think Delap's on pens. Yeah, he's got to be right.
Said that with confidence,
I can confirm. I will
Should we
confirm
check
now.
That? Yeah.
I'm just gonna fact check that.
I have zero idea who's on pens for Ipswich. Not a clue.
It's got to be Delap.
Not a clue.
But yeah, sorry, Steve, you go. Excuse me.
Well, no, I was just going to say, have you thought about potentially just downgrading Vardio for Lewis and then upgrading, this Collie for argument's sake? Because I respect the fact that you're going with 8 Nuri. I respect that. I'm not going to be sitting here and going, terrible pick. Don't do it, because let's get real here. 8 Nuri, forget playing a left winger. He's essentially a striker for that team. He pops up in the right places at the right time. He scored the other day. And his fixtures, to be fair, Brentford away, not great. Man City away, not great. But then Brighton away, who are very, very open by all accounts. Crystal Palace at home, decent fixture. Southampton at home, good fixture. Fulham away, not great. But then Bournemouth at home. 4 out of the next 5 between game weeks 9 to 13. You could be ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, I know their fixtures have got really good all of a sudden. So I'm feeling good about that. And actually, I think I will start him this weekend. Actually, no, sorry. Not this weekend. What am I talking about? No, I might. I think it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up.
Well, you're either playing the home player or the away player. And if I'm predicting that fixture, I'm probably going to go with 1-1, 2-1 to Brentford, maybe.
Yeah.
I think personally, I'd be punting on 8 Nuri.
8, yeah.
I really would. And I'm gutted that
there's more upside, isn't there?
That Cunha's, I think he's 6.5. I'm gutted he hasn't dropped down in price, which just flabbergasts me. The fact that he stayed at the same price as he started at in the game at 6.5. He's an excellent striker. He is always going to be playing for Wolves this season in a team who's performed extremely badly. He's still got 2 goals. Both of them, well, one of them was at home to Chelsea in the 6-2 loss. He also scored the other day in the 3-1 loss to Aston Villa away from home. And with the upcoming fixture list, if he was 6, he would be almost, for me, nearing the perfect Calvert-Lewin replacement once Wolves' fixtures between that game week run from 9 onwards. Could be a great option, but unfortunately I can't do it for free, hence why I've got Calvert-Lewin. But I think overall, the only thing I look at this team, I just go, it would probably be for me Vardiol out and upgrading the Brentford defender, or probably a Collie, if I'm honest. And that would give you, what, 1 million to upgrade a Collie?
Yeah, because Lewis is considerably cheaper than Gvardiol. Yeah, so I could actually get him. Maybe I could do like Pedro Porro or Van der Ven instead of a Collie, right? I don't mind that. And downgrading Gvardiol, as you said, that's not a bad shout.
Can you actually get rid of Vardiol for Lewis and upgrade a Collie for Porro?
I think I could. Let me see if I can do that.
Because you've got nothing in the bank. If you can do that, you've won.
I've won the game.
You've won.
I've won the game week. Yeah.
Because that would be incredible.
Let me have a go right now. Transfer.
Or will you be 0.2 off?
Unfortunately, Steve-O, the chat are more sensible than I am at playing FPL, and they are moving away from the idea of doing the further plus minus bit. Of course, taking out Welbeck, bringing in Solanke, and taking out Salah and bringing in Palmer.
But the question is, what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to follow the chat.
Yeah. The only downside is what I'm going to tell you now is that these players are going to go up by 0.1 again at some point, either this week or definitely early next week.
Yeah, but
I will say
it next week for -4, couldn't I?
And Firetog is Cunha is coming in for Lewis for me very soon. How funny that! And then,
so
is that what your spreadsheet says, Firetog?
Sorry, guys, I could do. I've just done it. I could do Lewis out for. Sorry, Gvardiol out for Lewis, and then I could do a Collie out for Van der Ven. And that gives me, yeah. So that's 0.7 in the bank.
Is that how much?
0.7 in the bank with that.
Oh, so you can't do. How much are you off Porro?
Let me see.
That's the question. How much are you off
with me? Minus 0.3.
Getting Van der Ven.
Yeah.
At that point, you've got Lewis, who's look. It's not even a gamble. The words that Pep Guardiola came out with last night were very, very encouraging to do. To just have Lewis there, at least. You've then got a Tottenham Hotspur defender who seems to be allowed to just charge forward.
Yeah, totally nailed as well.
From whatever position. Nailed. I mean, that goal that he's absolutely
assist of the season.
And it means then precisely you're then avoiding the garbage that is Leicester.
Yeah,
and it means that you've got he's only 4.5.
Yeah, Van der Ven's 4.5 mil.
No
I love
way.
him. I love that pick. Yeah.
Ray.
I should have had him instead of Mazraoui.
Here we go.
But Ray, if Ray's listening on the replay, I'll tell you what, Ray, Dunk for Van der Ven could be my next move, potentially next week, possibly, because I don't really want to be making any transfers. But I'll tell you what.
Okay, I have to say, Steve-O, let's move the show along because I've got to go to bed.
Yeah, sorry.
we could talk about Van der Ven.
Yeah, 3 hours later.
Just do a Patreon podcast and talk about Van der Ven and your thought process of getting him into your team for Dunk.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Okay. Let's move on.
Well, let's just conclude that then. Overall, though, Alf, your wild card is very, very nice. Genuinely, it is.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Appreciate that.
And I think that you've got the key players from some of the best teams in the Premier League. And I genuinely, without sounding like a patronising arsehole, I genuinely do think this could do really well. I wish you luck because I loved your...
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. I love the Raya and Gabriel double up. You've been there all season and it's just brilliant.
It's different and it's ballsy, but it's kind of like, it's like a glass cannon, this team.
Love that.
Yeah, it's a glass cannon. It really is. It's capable of doing a lot of damage, but it doesn't take much to break it.
Yeah,
that is literally that team. Please rename it to Glass Cannon.
Yeah, Glass Cannon FPL,
because that's what it is. No, a brilliant wild card. In the sense of you've got a couple of surprise picks that are gonna potentially do you a world of good. Steve-O, let's briefly look at your team before moving onto the predictions. Because I don't know if I'd said earlier on the stream, I've had 3 hours sleep last night and I'm starting to get a bit fuzzy in the brain. I don't like it. I need to go to sleep soon. So I'm going to put the kettle on and have a coffee. Steve-O, talk us through your wildcard team and I'll be back in 5 minutes. I've got to go through the garden and into the kitchen, so I'll be about 5 minutes.
So for anybody that's unaware, which is unlikely, but last week I did a -4 Alf to bring back Haaland. I had to get rid of Salah, so I brought in Southampton Dibbling for Salah. I then got rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold for Saliba, and I brought in Haaland for Pedro.
Yep.
I personally see over the next several fixtures Liverpool struggling, not in the sense of they're going to be losing. I don't think they're going to be bringing in the attacking returns in which I feel, for instance, Haaland will. I'm seeing Salah this season as a bit more of a creator than a goal scorer, whereas Diaz is he's the goal scorer. And I think that with Liverpool's upcoming fixture list, which, I mean, tonight they're playing, I believe they were 1-0 up the last time I checked.
Yeah, Bologna, right?
And the answer is still, they're 1-0 up. Surprise, surprise, Salah got an assist for McAllister. Aston Villa is still 0-0. Lille beating Real Madrid, really? 1-0. Hopefully Sheffield United are losing. No. But anyway. So, yeah. Liverpool's upcoming fixture list isn't particularly great. We have got the international break after this weekend, annoyingly. And when you look at all their fixtures upcoming, you've got Crystal Palace at lunchtime. Horrible fixture, Alf. Then after the return of the Premier League, we've then got Liverpool at home to Chelsea. Don't get me wrong. Salah will probably turn up and do very well.
Yeah,
then it's RB Leipzig away a few days later. Then it's Arsenal away, Brighton away, which Brighton in the League Cup, so it could be a bit of rotation there, rest anyway. But then they've got them in the league. where if Brighton play anything like they did against Chelsea, Liverpool will batter them. Then it's Bayer Leverkusen, then it's Aston Villa. That set of fixtures between this weekend up to the 9th of November, in my opinion, is horrible.
Yeah, they are. It's
and
rough.
I'm willing to back Haaland, who we don't need to talk about him as a person or as a footballer.
Yeah.
But Man City in the Premier League, Fulham, Wolves, Southampton, barring Fulham, but Wolves and Southampton that are shipping goals for fun. Bournemouth away won't be easy, but they'll still win it. Brighton away, again, if they defend anything like they did against Chelsea, it's going to be a battering. And then Tottenham at home, well, we know how Tottenham play. And then Liverpool away. I can't comment on how Slot will be approaching that game, but based on the way he's been playing at the moment, it's probably going to be end-to-end. So I'm backing Man City essentially versus Liverpool. And as we said earlier on, if we think that run of fixtures for Arsenal between game week 9 to 11, maybe even game week 12, where they've got Nottingham Forest, Liverpool, Newcastle, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, bringing in Foden, if he cements that spot down for Saka, and having triple Man City and Lewis, Foden, and Haaland.
Yeah, spicy.
It is very spicy, and I'm happy to back that for now. I mean, certainly after this weekend, I'd like to think that Haaland should outscore Salah. I'd like to think that'd be the case, Alf.
Yeah, it's hard to predict, isn't it? Like Salah can just do bits without. This is the amazing thing about the Premier League. Like, it's so unpredictable. You don't know who's going to be scoring goals. It could be either. It's a bit of a crapshoot. I don't know how to say that phrase. But like I would agree with you. I've gone Liverpool-less, so I'm completely on the same page as you. I think it's also very difficult to predict what the Liverpool attacking lineup's going to be. And I want to stay away from that. We all know Haaland's definitely going to be playing. And
So
Salah will definitely play, 100%. But for me, I can't fit Salah in, and I'm not going to go for Jota or Diaz because their fixtures are bad, and I don't know who's going to play. That's my kind of overall take on it.
My using that terminology, that takeaway for me is that I think that Diaz is about 90% guaranteed starter. I think Slot sees him as that goal scorer.
International break, though, he's got to go and travel about, and that is a fact. That's a fact. Do you not?
I mean, unless
he has to travel from like South America with like two days before the Prem.
Yeah, and admittedly, he did come out and say that Gakpo was going to start ahead of him if it wasn't for some little niggly injury or something like that. So you are correct in that. But I'm talking overall here. Yeah. Diaz is about 90% guaranteed to start for Liverpool alongside Salah. And then it's just that front man. Is it going to be Jota? Is it going to be Gakpo? Is it going to be Nunez? Well,
Chiesa, right?
I mean, he's not even playing tonight.
Yeah. I feel like they have 6 options or so in attack. It's hard.
Yeah, but I think Slot knows who his first front three are. I think it is Jota, Diaz, and Salah.
It's just fixtures. It's just fixtures, though. Yeah, like there's going to be some management for sure.
I hope there is, and I think personally that more managers should be actually rotating more of their teams than they actually are.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of football, isn't it?
Yeah,
FPL got harder because of the fixtures. Like,
yes,
this year for sure.
Yeah,
it did, didn't it?
Some good comments in the chat. Hi, I'm back. Shekel says Diaz should start for Liverpool 10 out of 10 times with his current form. Says Shekel Goblin in the chat. Good point you make. SK also saying wouldn't be surprised if Jota starts in 10 instead of Szoboszlai. Com saying, was Bruno's red card rescinded or downgraded to it wasn't rescinded, but there is a grounds for appeal, likely grounds for appeal upon review, depending on who the panel would be. I don't know what the latest is on that. Also, Jota starts over all of them, says Denver in the chat. So, but anyway, but yeah, you make good points about Liverpool.
Just want to highlight PK7's point that he's a Liverpool fan and he's also going without any Liverpool on his wild card.
Yeah,
says it all.
It's. I think it's at that point where money can be better spent elsewhere. Isn't that right, Alf?
I agree. Jace,
yeah.
Jace, I got a question for you. Your coffee there. Why are you drinking a coffee at what time is it? 9:20.
Caffeine does nothing to me, mate.
Oh yeah, my mum's like that as well. She can just.
No, so I used to work night shifts at an airport. I used to work night shifts, and I had to be awake literally the whole time. And I think I drank the airport out of tea and coffee. And like in my 20s, like my body just doesn't even like caffeine does nothing to me. I've never had I never have a buzz from drinking tea or coffee. This is actually a cup of tea. I was going to get a coffee.
Okay.
But I've got a cup of tea.
Perfect.
But actually more caffeine in tea, I believe.
Yes, heard that as well. Yeah.
But anyway,
we digress.
But no,
we digress.
Do you know what? I went into the kitchen and I thought to myself, I've just said to the guys, I'm tired. I've had 3 hours sleep. I'm going to get a coffee. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't. No, don't worry. It does nothing for me. It's just I like tea and coffee, you know, British.
Lovely.
Okay. Good. So we've had a great wildcard draft and an average team up on screen. Great. Let's move on to and Steve-O's team, of course. Let's move on to the predictions, shall we? The best part of the stream.
Let's do it.
And by the way, while we're waiting around for Jace to bring it up, make sure you are liking the stream. If you are brand new around here, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button. It would be great. Anybody watching on X or listening on X, make sure that afterwards you jump over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. Hello, if you are watching on X, great to have you on board while we are during the Champions League matches, where the matches so far are Liverpool 1, Bologna 0, Bayern Munich, Aston Villa 0. Bayern Munich 0, unless that's changed in the last. No, it hasn't.
What's the Real Madrid? What's Real Madrid score?
It's still 1-0 to Lille.
Ooh, I love that. Which is
1-0.
I really don't like Real Madrid. I'm just going to put that out there now. I really hate that club. Is anyone else with me on that? Like, I've just
I mean, anyone that would refer to themselves as Galacticos.
Yeah, and like they're just they're like Disney. They're like the Disney.
I mean, I respect the history, but in one way, but I just don't like the pompous attitude.
Yeah, it's the Marvel version of a football club.
It's like we are Real Madrid. It's like yeah.
It's the Disney Marvel version of a football club. Can't stand it.
I think I have no legal basis to kind of frame this off, but I do think there's a lot of scandal surrounding Madrid and the money that's involved, and I think. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I think that's where a lot of people tend to lose the love for the club. Anyway, Crystal Palace versus Liverpool on a lunchtime kickoff Saturday on TNT Sports. Have you got TNT Sports, Evo?
No.
Will you be watching? No.
I'll probably be listening into Mark Goldbridge, him covering the match. So,
do you think Mark Goldbridge has got access? He does, doesn't he? He has access to the press feed of all games.
No, he doesn't.
Because
he does. He does.
Watches like, does he?
No, he does. He has access to press feed because he does 3:00 kickoffs on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think he does that legally.
He has to. He can't do it illegally, man. Not in the position he's in.
You want to bet on that?
Well, I think he gets press access to cover. I think I personally think United stand, or he's got press credentials to watch the 3:00 games.
I mean,
but if he doesn't, then
I don't think he does though.
Why risk? I mean, I guess
I feel like he'd get into trouble if he was doing it illegally. Do you know
There's
what I mean?
no proof, though.
there's no
for
proof.
sure.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
but he's obviously watching a game and recounting what's happening in the game visually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I just always thought that he's got press, because you can. I know that if you have press credentials or in sport journalist, whatever, you can have access to a stream, an actual Premier League stream.
Yeah.
And it gets sent like to. I think I know not much about it, but you just basically get like a feed or stream straight to your computer or to whatever
I think
you're using.
based on everything I've ever heard him speaking, I've never had any inclination that he's got that. I could be wrong. You could be wrong. You could be right. I could be right.
I think he's got connections, old Margaret Coverage, and I think that he's been hooked up. Personally.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I mean,
1.94 million subscribers. Like, he's a part of the press, isn't he? Let's be real.
I think he's got press credentials, and he's a millionaire.
100%. He's killing.
So I genuinely think he's got a press stream, and that's what he watches it on, because there's no way he's going to risk his reputation.
Reputation.
All right. Like what? Like, but yeah, it's going back on what you're saying. Like, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, they're not visually seeing him committing any crime if he was doing it illegally. I guess it's whatever. I don't even know why we're even on this subject. So let's move on. Crystal Palace versus Liverpool on the lunchtime kickoff. TNT Sports, Saturday the 5th of October.
Alf, go for it.
2-1 Liverpool.
Straight in there, 2-1. Do you know, I actually...
Sorry, it's got a picture of Goldbridge as a fire stick. Just with a dodgy fire stick. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah. He could just do it through like Peacock, couldn't he? He could do VPN through Peacock.
Yeah. That's actually something else that I come across. I can't remember the name of it, but it was also another provider. You're right. You could do Peacock with VPN, but there's also another one.
Goal Rush Peacock.
Yeah, there was one provider that came with G, and it was like 20. I think it was for all football. So all football. But it presented itself as above board. It was really like, what the hell? For all football on TNT Sports and Sky, but it was under the American channels. I think it was like for a day it was $14.99 for a day pass. So I was like, yeah, who's going to do that? And then for a month it was like £25, but for a year it was like something like 70 for a year. So obviously you would pay for the year if you were looking for value for money, but it looked really genuine. I was like, that can't be right. Like I reckon that there's a lot of these streaming services that probably shouldn't be allowed in the UK, but they are.
So Peacock is $6.99 a month, and you get access to all the 3 p.m. kickoffs.
And you get
Goal
VPN.
Rush. Yeah, you get VPN to pay for as well. Yeah, which is like $10 a month.
Just you're not getting any advice from us.
Yeah.
We're just stating a fact. We're stating a fact that VPNs do exist in the world, and a VPN will change your location to wherever you ask it to be. What you decide to do with that is entirely up to you and you alone. All right. But we move on to this game. Crystal Palace versus Liverpool.
2-1. Boom. 2-1 to Liverpool. I'm going for it. I'm going to say Eze goal as well.
Oh, Salah scored a wonder goal. Good thing I transferred him out.
Well done to him. You expect it against one team, he does nothing, and then in the Champions League, he's got a goal and assist. What a surprise. Always happens.
Sorry, Alf, you were talking about Crystal Palace. You go on.
Crystal Palace, Liverpool 2-1. Eze's going to score just to sort of spite the guys who sold him, which is millions of managers. And then I'll go with I don't know if we're getting this detailed, but I'll go Salah Trent to score as well.
Oh, okay. Just to again spite the Salahs. Has anyone sold Trent Alexander-Arnold in the last few weeks?
I have. I just did
I
it.
have. I think everybody has. That's on the wild card.
Yeah.
Wild card, yeah.
Okay. Steve-O, Crystal Palace. I mean, Alfred 2-1 there. What are you thinking?
I think this could be one of those where it could end up as a 1-1 draw.
Ooh.
But I think with Liverpool's quality and Crystal Palace's terrible form, in Super Brew, I'm going to put 2-1. But honestly, if it ended 1-1, I would not be surprised.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go 2-0 to Liverpool. I don't think Crystal Palace score. And I think, again, it's going to be a spite for people that sold Trent Alexander-Arnold. It'll be a clean sheet and possibly an attack in return. So, double-digit all for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I don't own him. All right, no allegiances here. But Salah to do something and Trent to do something in a 2-0 win. What's history say, Steve-O?
I'm not going to look at it because it's just going to muck up everything.
Yeah, also, I want to go to bed. Arsenal versus Southampton is the first reported kickoff on the 3 o'clocks here in alphabetical order. Arsenal Southampton, I think that everyone in the chat would probably agree that this is pretty much in the bag for Arsenal at home. I'm going to start off so no one copies me. Well, no one can accuse me of copying. I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. Steve-O, go ahead and give me your worst.
I do know off the top of my head, history suggests that Southampton like playing Arsenal. They always seem to give them a game. There's a lot of threes involved with Arsenal versus Southampton matches. Like 3-1s, there's a 3-3 in there, 3-0s. So I think, logic dictates 3-0 to Arsenal. I think on the Super Brew, I may put 5. I may put 5-0 to Arsenal.
Wow. Okay. And Alf.
I was thinking 3, but just to
meet us in the middle.
Yeah, I was thinking 3, but just to be different, I'll go 4-0 Arsenal.
Oh, 4-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to keep an update with people going on about the Liverpool game. Who cares? Diaz and Robbo subbed off 72 minute. I think Diaz starts on the weekend.
You're joking.
Even if he played 90 minutes, I still think Diaz starts at the weekend. But to be fair, apparently it's 4-0 now. Let us know who scored, please. I can't wait to know. Oh, yeah?
I'm looking now.
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's a prediction.
Right.
Sorry, moving on.
McAllister, Salah, it's 2-0.
Yeah, it's 2-0. Sorry. I'm just reading 4-0 and it's obviously a prediction. Right, Brentford versus Wolves. Alf, you kick off with the prediction.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a good game, I think. I'm going to go for 3-3. I'm going 3-3 on this. I think it's going to be a banger.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm going.
No, he's not going to get you any points.
Yeah, just a hat trick.
Better hope he stays on the bench, mate.
Yeah, no hat trick, and he's on my bench.
Okay. Wow. Okay, Steve-O.
I do like the draw. I'm going to go with. I'm not going to go 3. I'm going to go with a boring 1-1.
A 1-1. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to Brentford.
Yeah.
Sensible.
Moving up next. I'm far from sensible. Come on, Alf. You can tell. It's all about Leicester versus Bournemouth. I've done the -8, -16, by the way. I've done it off air.
Did you actually?
Have you really done it?
No, I haven't. No. The fact you actually believe me. No, but if I said I had, you would believe me, right? Because I'm that kind of. Right, Leicester versus Bournemouth. Okay. Well, let Steve-O go first.
I think this is going to be another boring game.
You don't like Bournemouth,
both.
do you?
It's not like I don't
Semenyo
like
hat-trick.
them. I think they're just. I think they're just
nothing-
overrated.
nothing
personally.
Oh, come on.
I think they're just overrated, and Leicester will be wanting a draw here, and I think they're just gonna again. I think it's going to be another boring 1-1.
That's not what the chat's saying.
What are the
Jace, you
chat
going?
saying?
Chat saying 2-2. And 3-3. Fight are going 2-1 to Bournemouth. I'm actually gonna say 2-1 to Bournemouth. Alf?
Yeah, I'll go 3-1 Bournemouth.
3-1 Bournemouth. I like the sound of that, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, pie in the face for Steve-O.
Semenyo.
Semenyo.
Jace's
Not,
captain for the week.
It's not Semolina, it's Semenyo.
Jace's triple captain for game week 7, Semenyo.
Could you imagine? I think that would be a dedicated stream, just questioning reality.
Yeah.
As Steve-O unlocked the meaning of life. As Jason unlocked the meaning of life. Why is he? Right.
City Fulham.
Yeah, Man City Fulham. There we go. Thank you, Al, for bringing it.
No, of course.
Bringing it back down.
Who's going?
Go on,
you,
Alf,
Al.
go on.
Okay, I'm going to go. They always concede, so I'm going to go 4-1 City.
Yeah, history does suggest a high-scoring win for Man City. They do like playing Fulham. There is a lot of 3s, 4s, even a 5 in there.
It's a big clean sheet, surely.
I don't think it's going to be that. I think because Fulham are defending very well this season, I think it's going to be very tight, and I think it's going to be 2-0. However, if Man City do score early, it could be the flood doors opening.
Well,
we go 2-0.
Yeah. I think I like the 2-0. I'm going to copy that, Steve-O. I like the 2-0. Alf?
Yeah, 4-1 for that one.
Wow.
I'm going
4-1. Wow.
I got big hopes for game week 7.
Opening. Yeah. West
excited.
Ham versus Ipswich. Delap. Is it going to be a Delap massacre?
Could Lopetegui go this weekend if Ipswich win at the London Stadium? We wonder to ourselves.
The answer to that is yes.
Yes, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
But it ain't happening.
Apparently, Duran has scored against Bayern.
Oh, again.
What a
What's
guy.
the score? What's the score between Aston Villa and
1-0
Bayern?
then.
Oh, yes, 1-0. Yes, correct.
No
And there's Duran.
freaking way.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
79 minutes. He's so good, that guy. He's a wonder kid.
Wow. Aston Villa, I tell you what, I work with an Aston Villa fan, and I'm so freaking jealous because I really like what they're building and what they've got at Aston Villa, and I respect them so much. We talk about clubs earlier on about the lack of respect that Real Madrid gets from people around the world, and I think when you look at a club like Aston Villa, you can't help but respect it because they've built really well, and fair play, man. They deserve to be where they are, and they deserve to be fighting for the Champions League spots because they're doing very, very well. Right, where were we? West Ham versus Ipswich. Your man, Alf, go on. You predict. You've got Delap. You've got an interest.
I always go with the players that I've got as well. I've got no West Ham stake here, so I'm going to go with. I'm going to go 2-1 Ipswich.
God. Deluded.
Steve-O hates that.
I'm going to go 1-1. Steve-O?
Last 4 fixtures that Ipswich have been involved in have been 1-1 or 0. Well, basically draws. I think West Ham come back to winning ways, and I think they take advantage of Ipswich. And I do think Ipswich score. I'm not. I'm going to go West Ham to win 2-0.
Oh.
We move
I
on.
reckon Ipswich do a job there.
We move on to the evening kickoff, an exciting Everton versus Newcastle team.
Yeah, I like this.
That are potentially starting to fire.
Prime time. 5:30 kickoff. Love that.
A Newcastle team that are starting to fire again, but how many people actually own anyone?
Everyone sold Isaac. Everyone sold Gordon.
Everyone got off the Isaac wagon, didn't they? And I got off. Who was it? Was it
Hall?
Hall? Was it Hall? I had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hall. Yeah. God, it was that long ago. Obviously. Everton, Newcastle. Steve-O, kick us off.
Newcastle are winning this, but it won't be high scoring. It will be. Do Everton score?
A straightforward win.
I don't think it'll be straightforward, but I'm going to go
No?
2-1 Newcastle.
It won't be straightforward. Okay.
No.
Okay. Alf, thoughts on the?
Yeah, I think the Newcastle's midfield, Tonali, Joelinton, and Bruno Guimaraes is one of the most legit midfields in the Prem.
Yeah.
I think they're just kind of like gearing up. I reckon this is going to be like 3-1 Newcastle. I'll go for. I'm expecting a lot of goals this weekend, aren't I? Like this.
You are,
I've
yeah.
gone big on this.
The wild card bias.
yeah. I can't wait.
Newcastle. I'm going to go 1-1, and I'm going to throw a spanner in the works here.
Well,
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, if Calvert-Lewin comes through that game with attack and returns, that's a big differential
win.
for
Differential,
me.
yeah.
Big win. Yeah.
We move on to the Sunday games. Now, the thriller at Villa. Thriller at Villa. I don't think United will win this game.
Yeah.
And that's me as a lifelong United fan. I just don't see a play style for Man United to even go up against this Aston Villa team. I don't, other than parking the bus, which I don't see us doing. We will try to play out from the back, do our usual, kick it around the park, go a bit sideways, go long over the top to Rashford, and hope maybe Garnacho chases on the end of it. We might do stuff like that, but ultimately I think it's going to play into Aston Villa's hands. I think Aston Villa will comfortably make an embarrassment out of us again, and another team to do so, and justifiably so. I think Aston Villa are going to win this by maybe even a couple of goals. I think that I'm actually thinking that United might get a bit of a battering here, depending on how the first half, especially depending if there's sits out. I think that's going to alter our midfield quite considerably. I think we're looking at a 3-1 to Aston Villa here. I can see a 3-1. I really can. I would love to be proven wrong, but I just got a feeling Villa's gonna see a limp, lame Man United and just put the knife to the throat. Metaphorically speaking.
You're getting sacked in the morning. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if we lose 3-1 to Villa,
that's it, isn't it?
I think that we. I said game week 1, get rid of him. But again, I do agree with Mark Goldbridge. Getting rid of the manager is not going to solve the problems.
Yeah, 100%. Can I just ask a question, Jace? Yeah. Given your allegiance to Man United,
yeah,
what happened in the last 15 years? Can you just give us like a minute take on
the easiest way of describing what happened is ineptitude in the board level,
Glazers
down. Board level down. When Fergie left, so did a lot of the common sense moves for transfers for players. Money spent on positions that we didn't need.
Yeah, like Di Maria. Do you remember the Di Maria signing? I was like,
overpaying.
That is a disaster.
So the amount of times where we've made a signing and the fans have been like, "Oh, didn't think we needed that position."
Yeah.
And it's and like the lack of signing an out-and-out attacker for so many years, making do with wingers and trying to convert them into strikers just was not working. The fact of the matter is mismanagement. I think the best glimpse of light that I enjoyed after, obviously, we had Moyes, we had Van Gaal. I enjoyed Mourinho. I thought he got treated poorly. I thought that Ragnick got treated poorly. I thought that Ollie got treated poorly, and I thought Ollie did a decent job. I know people laughed at him, and I thought, but at least we played a lot more attractive football. And we took risks under Ollie, whereas we're not really taking any risks at the moment. We're just playing the boring football, and I can't answer it in a short way.
Yeah,
there's so much. The rot is so systemic. But yeah, to be basic, United mismanagement, misallocation of funds, overpaying players, overinflating egos, not getting rid of Deadwood, buying completely the wrong players and the wrong times and the wrong positions. Basically, it's almost like someone had a go at Championship Manager and got a freaking clue of how to run a football club, had a load of money. We've all seen it. Get Championship Manager, like the old CM games, the old Championship Manager games, CMO 102 I used to play a lot with my mate. And you get a load of you take control of a big club in a championship, in a football manager game. You take control of a big club, you get a big budget, you ain't got a clue what you're doing, you can start bringing in players. That's essentially what happened. And no director of football, nothing. It was literally just let's just see what sticks, and nothing did. Yeah. And it's just been a mockery ever since.
Sad, isn't it? It is sad.
It's sad. It's sad, but we've had our time. We had our time, and I think more deserving clubs are now having their time, and ignoring Man City, of course.
Yeah. The 115.
So, yeah, it's frustrating, but I do think that hopefully something will happen in the not too distant future that will start to turn the corner for United. And I think once we start to see some of these names getting moved on and contracts running out, and I think it's going to be a few more years yet before that happens, but I think, it's going to be a bit more pain before it gets... We're going to have to endure more pain before it gets better. But yeah, Aston Villa, Man United, 3-1 to Aston Villa. Alf?
I'm going for a 3-0 thriller at Villa. 3-0 Aston Villa.
Hello, Boona. Inject that. How's it going, mate? Long time since I've caught you on these lives. Usually I'm always on playback these days. We're all good, mate. We're all good. Thank you for asking. I'm running on empty at the moment. I can hardly think. Steve, what are you saying, Alf? Sorry?
3-0 Villa. Sorry.
3-0. Wow, okay, you're not even giving United a goal.
I'm sorry, man. Yeah. It's just bad times, and
don't be, mate. To be honest, to be fair, 3-0. I mean, where is the goal? Where is the goal for United coming from? I'm thinking in my head, like, where? I mean,
yeah, Xerxes looks terrible at the moment. Yeah.
Well, he's just been thrown in, and to be honest with you, I think we could have Haaland up front, and we wouldn't give him anything.
Yeah.
We don't provide enough service to our centre attacking play. Like, we don't play it to our striker. Like, Højlund last season made all the runs. I was watching the games, almost every game I watched from United last season. The runs that kid was making, just not getting seen. And Bruno Fernandes is a changed player. He's not making as many risky passes, or if he is, he's massively getting them wrong. Something changed. Don't know what it is, but if I was Højlund, I'd be so frustrated because he made so many runs. I'd love to know what the stats were in his running. He must have been running miles and miles per game. But yeah, 3-0. To be honest, I can easily see that United aren't going to get a goal. Steve-O?
I don't think this is going to be as high scoring as what people are thinking. Logic dictates Aston Villa to win. I think it's going to be a lot tighter than what people think. In fact, over the last 6 fixtures, Man United have won 5, I think it is, or won 4. In fact, they're unbeaten in the last 4, admittedly 3 of them being at home. I'll go 2-1 Aston Villa, but I would not be surprised if Man United won this game.
No, I don't know about that, mate.
Again, sensible captain pick this week is Haaland. But if you want to go for that Man United win, it'd be the equivalent of Saka. It can be done.
Would it be funny if Rashford gets a brace, Steve?
Yeah.
I would not be shocked. Genuinely.
And wouldn't it be funny, eh? Wouldn't it just pitify this season of mine?
Wouldn't surprise me if Man United won 2-0.
We move on to Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest, a game that people are going to be so thrilled with Palmer owners, of course, Jackson owners.
Yeah.
Are we going to see another Parma show.
No.
Yeah. Steve-O, go ahead. Tell us what you thought.
I don't think we see another Parma show. I think this is going to be a very, very difficult game for Chelsea. And I agree with Firetog. I'm going with 1-0. I think it's going to be like a 1-0 to Chelsea. Maybe 2-0.
Alf.
I'll go 2-1 Chelsea for this one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 to Chelsea here. In this one.
I just realised these games are at 2:00, but Brighton versus Spurs is 4:30.
Yeah, usual.
No
Yes,
sense.
usually. That's the use on a Sunday, isn't it?
It's ridiculous. It should be the other way around.
Yeah,
Aston Man
that Villa
4:30.
United game should be 4:30. I agree with that. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Brighton versus Spurs to cap it off.
Jace, you're up first.
Well, obviously Danny Welbeck's going to come through for me, isn't he?
You mean Solanke?
Yeah. I'm going to go Spurs to win this 2-1. Well, actually, Brighton have been pants, haven't they? Yeah, 2-1.
Alf?
Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go because Spurs are looking really good, right? So I'm going to go with and because Brighton's at home, I'm going 3-2 Spurs. I think this is going to be a banger, this one. I'm in. 3-2 Spurs.
That's really interesting because my immediate reaction was adding an extra 1 to that. 4-2 to Spurs.
4-2 Spurs.
Interesting.
I think that, yeah.
Boona's going 5-0 to Spurs. Not biased one bit there, Boona.
Yeah. I do expect Spurs to win this with Brighton's high line, the way they're playing at the moment. And yeah, Solanke owners, you'll get your 1 goal. And yeah, I think this could be the one where people are going to be looking at Kulusevski and going, he could be the one to be bringing in our teams.
Nah. He looks good.
What is he? How much is he?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. 6.5.
He's an awkward price point. He's too much. He's more than the flavour of the week at the moment. What's his name? Rogers and Semenyo.
6.2. 6.2.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
It's a nothing, but it's a lot to some people. Right. That is the predictions. I am absolutely tired. So I'm gonna end it now by saying, first of all, thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you so much for the support. Follow us on social media at Elite FPL. Jump us on Discord, discord.gg/Elite FPL. We have had an amazing guest on this evening in the name of Alf_FPL. Go check him out on YouTube, social media. Hit him up, follow him, check out his content, subscribe to him. He's putting in a lot of effort. And he's doing something different, and I respect that, and you should too.
I respect you guys. Thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome, and I hope to come back. Let me know.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come back, Alf. It's been really easy to spend what has actually been 2 hours, which is, to be honest, incredible. The fact that time can go by so quickly. If it wasn't the fact that I'm literally dead on my feet right now, I wouldn't be in a rush to go.
We should try a stream sometime for like 3-4 hours. Just saying.
Oh yeah, well you
would
not believe how long we used to stream for. It was just ridiculous. What's the longest we've actually streamed, Steve-O? It was a deadline, wasn't it? Deadline stream, morning through to evening.
You did like a whole day thing.
We did a whole day. We did a build up to deadline. We did a deadline day countdown.
I like that.
And then it was Liverpool. I'm sure it was Liverpool playing.
Norwich,
Pookie scored. Pookie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we went into the evening reacting. We had coolers on. Oh my God, it must have been a 12-hour stream. Maybe more.
No, it was about 6.
Well, what time did we finish? We would have started about 9-10 o'clock. Yeah, we did. Started about 9-10 o'clock because you weren't there. I think it was you joined later on. Yeah. So I started at 10, previewed it. You came on just before the game updated or just as the game updated. And then we went on to watch the games and then have the reaction afterwards. Ridiculous. Anyway, that was a few years ago now. Alf, thank you so much, my friend. Steve-O, you've been you. Nothing else to say, I think, other than have a good night, and we will see you on the other side.
Well, you got to do the admin, Jace. Make sure that people are hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you comment on the video afterwards for feedback. If you want to support the channel financially, you can join our Patreon if you want to. Other than that, there's nothing else to promote other than thanks for watching.
Yeah, the chat made me come back from the verge. Thank you, chat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the -16. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wave.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Come on now, I've got a wave. There we go.
Bye-bye.